What is up, everybody? Welcome, or of course, welcome back here to my channel. I am so excited to be able to do this video with you guys today and be here to give you my little tips and tricks. I'm going to give 3 different tips that I have personally used in my life to create the relationship of my dreams. And that's something that a lot of us who have been in toxic relationships or relationships that haven't worked out will never imagine that could actually happen. And that was the case for me. And now I'm in my mid-30s, and towards the end of my 20s, the beginning of my 30s, as beautiful as I may be, as talented as I may be, all the traits are there, the dream woman, I was never able to hold down a relationship. And I work with so many people in similar situations, gorgeous men, gorgeous women, high value. The only thing that holds us back is our subconscious beliefs. And I know that we hear this, but there are certain nuances that I want to go into today's video. So I'm going to get that into just with you guys in a second if I could speak English. Other than that, guys, in case you're wondering, yes, I am a manifestation coach. All of my contact info is in the description below. If you do want any one-on-one support with me, my website is below. All the packages are there. If you have any questions, don't be a stranger. Hit me up here at my email, empathy.bianka@gmail.com, and I would love to work with you. There are, in terms of 21-day challenge, I think there's 1 spot available at the moment. I need to check that out. But yeah, hit me up, send me an email and book in if you want. Oh, by the way, there's still the 50% off for the email coaching, which finishes tomorrow. So you don't want to miss out on that amazing deal. All right. So as I said, I was never able to actually receive a committed relationship. And there are 3 things that I want to share with you guys today. And the first thing is, when you want a committed relationship, you need to own that want. You need to own your shit. You need to own your manifestation. You need to own yourself. You see, I can speak from my perspective. When I was dating unavailable men, my subconscious patterning was I actually thought I needed to become somebody that was also pretending that this was something I wanted, Now with the World Wide Web and everything, we see treat a man like this, go into no contact, don't text first. It's like I was actually playing games with myself, even though deep down I wanted a committed relationship. Because I thought that he didn't want it, I would subconsciously refract that energy and that being that he was like, oh, cool, I can have my cake and eat it too. And this is what I see so many of us doing when we are manifesting. We accept the quote unquote breadcrumbs. We keep accepting things that aren't our true end. Being in the end, being in the wish fulfilled is I am in a committed relationship. And when you're in a committed relationship, you don't accept anything less than. So the first tip I want to give you guys today, if you want to be in a committed, all-in relationship, is own that relationship dynamic. You see, when my SP came into my life, there was a third-party situation. He had been in a relationship for 6 years, and yet again, I had manifested in somebody who wasn't available. And that was the turning point for me where I said, shit, this. I am going to walk away. I have yet again, based on my beliefs, manifested in somebody who isn't even available. So you know what I told him when he showed interest in me once again, and it could have gone in all different directions. I was like, no, I don't want to cheat. I don't want to go behind somebody's back. I don't want to break up any relationships. I stood in my knowing that I wanted something serious. So I told him on our second or third date, I said, you know what? Thank you so much for showing your interest in me. I'm at a stage in my life where I am looking for something that is all in and committed. And I want to experience a boyfriend and potentially somebody that I can spend the rest of my life with and grow. So you go do you, and I'm going to go continue dating and experiencing life. And if you're ready, and when you're ready, feel free to come back. But I am not waiting. I am going to continue my life. And he told me at that moment, he said, that's fine. I need a little bit of time. I understand. And that was that. And then he went on his journey, and I persisted in my self-concept. I persisted in owning my shit. And yes, he came back. And that is a story, guys. I think it's in one of my videos. I don't exactly remember when, but that is when all my exes, I only have 2, but they all showed up. And my reality at that time was showing me men who became and wanted to be available for me. So you need to own your relationship dynamic of being in a committed relationship and not accepting less than. The second thing that is extremely important, if you are serious about an all-in committed relationship, is to step into the awareness and the consciousness of what a committed relationship for you looks like, feels like, energy-wise. What is the person saying to you? What you guys are going to be doing together, how you're going to be spending your time together, what adventures you're going to be doing together, how this, like seriously, how it even smells like. That sounds really ridiculous, but what cologne does my guy wear? Where do we go for our holidays? Are we talking about having children? Are we talking about whatever it is? You want to hone in on your 4D, in your imagination. Again, this is where techniques come in. Imaginal acts, inner conversations with your guy. I remember when I was serious about manifesting my relationship, I would do my inner conversations. I would see my man telling me, I don't want to be with anybody else but you. I can only imagine building my future with you. I am all in. You are the most beautiful woman that I have ever laid my eyes on, and I could never imagine ever again being with somebody else. And I would tell myself these things. I would have these imaginal acts and feel the feels, actually getting into a state that felt like I was in the quote unquote wish fulfilled. And I really got clear on that. Then I would see in my reality, in my 3D, when people would show up and I could notice, is this the real deal or not? And coming back to point one, I would own the fact that if I didn't get what I wanted in my 3D, I didn't want to waste my time. So I stuck by the fact that I am so clear on this relationship, I am owning it, and I'm not accepting anything less than. And the third and final tip, which I think a lot of us struggle with, and I know myself, when we get breadcrumbs from our SPs, we may be in the dating phase, and we have owned our shit, we have been super clear, we have even had the conversation with them, and for whatever reason, they're still not showing up. They're still quote unquote breadcrumbing us. Again, I think the most important theme of today's video is that we have to own our stuff and we have to stop accepting the breadcrumbs. When you stop accepting things that are when you stop accepting things that are more than less than what you want in your end, in your reality, then you'll often notice a dynamic switch. You stop opening yourself up for people who aren't all in with you. And there is something I want to share with you. The more you say no to something, the more energy shift of the person on the other side. This goes for people who also want to build their self-concept and their self-worth. What I've noticed is when I say no to something, it actually makes the other person more curious and more interested. And this is not about playing games. I really want to point that out. This is not about threatening somebody or telling somebody, if you don't do this, I'm going to do this to you. No, this is again creating the boundary inside of you, which is so freaking important. And not stepping over your own boundary by allowing yourself to be treated less than. And you will see, once you start putting that dynamic on yourself, in yourself, and holding that strength within you, by stop accepting, is that even the right English? Sometimes I can't speak English, as you guys know, but you stop accepting those breadcrumbs, even though it feels really difficult. Be strong in yourself. And you will see that your entire reality will stop treating you less than as well. Because again, this all starts within you. And I know that for myself, when I got those little nuances from my SP, when he was kind of showing up, it would create anxiety in me, because it was like, it was me and myself. I put this owning, claiming, this is what I want. And then I would literally have somebody who was reflecting my own insecurities, my own inadequacy. And that is why I said yesterday in my short, you need to work on yourself constantly and have fun in the process. Inner child healing, wound healing. And this doesn't mean that you're a broken human being. This is again not what I'm saying, but I'm saying be curious to find out what it is that is holding you back. Break through those boundaries, break through those walls. Break through yourself to become limitless and stand in your power to stop accepting what is less than. So own what it is that is your reality. Own your committed relationship. Know and claim what that committed relationship looks, feels, tastes, smells, all the things. What that means and what that feels like energy-wise to you. What would you be doing? What would you be saying? What conversations would you be having with your specific person? And the hardest one, which is to stop accepting less than, stop accepting the breadcrumbs. And when you have the power to walk away from that, you will see your entire reality shift in every single facet, in every single aspect of your life, whether it be jobs, money, if you're struggling getting clients right now, if you're struggling in relationships, you will see, even if the next person who shows up isn't quote unquote the person that you perhaps see your life with, you will see perhaps that they will want to commit to you. And then lo and behold, of course, your ex or your SP is going to show you the same. So I hope that these little tips and tricks, as always, could really help you. And of course, if you're still here, I really appreciate you. I would love if you hit like, share, and of course, subscribe. I guess the subscription button is just down there. And as I said, if you do need any help with your manifestations, I do have that 50% sale on. I do also have the membership below, but all that information is in the description. So we'll see us in the next video. Thank you so much for being here. Have an amazing Christmas and New Year, and we'll see us in 2025. Bye for now.